It's no secret that as Americans, we don't have the healthiest diet.
Poor diet is the #1 health problem here in the United States.
But that's not all. Recent research suggests that our diet is actually connected to our mental health as well.
Very few people understand the fact that nutrition and our mental health interact in this very intimate, maybe even causal way.
I have to admit my diet hasn't been the best in recent years. I haven't been putting much thought into what I eat or making sure that I get proper nutrition. But after seeing all of this recent research, I can no longer play ignorant. I need to put effort into my diet to see the difference that it makes. My plan is to talk with a registered dietitian about the science and psychology behind diet and our mental health, and then change my diet up for 30 days. I remember having so much more energy and a lot less stress and anxiety back in college. I'm not sure there's an actual correlation here, but according to the research, it's actually a big deal that I haven't been prioritizing nutrition. After college, I started to focus on saving more money, so I started buying food that was cheaper, quicker, and easier to make, which usually meant processed foods. Apparently, processed foods have a lot less nutrient density than fresh food, and those lack of nutrients in my diet could be worsening my stress, my energy levels, and my anxiety. My hope is that by fixing my diet, I can start to feel more energized and mentally resilient. That would be pretty awesome. To learn more about how diet and nutrition impact our mental health, I asked my sister Crystal Medina to help. She's a registered dietitian nutritionist and the founder of Radiance Nutrition Therapy.
So the food that we eat and also the way that we eat affects our mood and our overall well-being. First on just a very biological level, if you're not eating enough, especially certain nutrients, you're not going to be making enough neurotransmitters and hormones, so that's going to impact your mood. With people who are undernourished or not eating enough specific nutrients, then we see higher rates of anxiety and depression. Things like iodine, calcium, iron, magnesium, zinc, vitamin B12, vitamin C, vitamin D, omega-3s are going to be really vital for our mental health.
So step number 1 is to make sure that I'm hitting my daily nutritional goal over the next 30 days. And to make sure that I do that, I did something that I don't usually do. I splurged on a product that I know is overpriced. The product that I bought is Athletic Greens, and if you listen to podcasts, I'm sure you've heard about it before. So here you can see what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a multivitamin, a multimineral, a pre and probiotic, greens, superfood, stress adaptogens, antioxidants, functional mushrooms. Essentially, it's supposed to be kind of like an all-in-one health potion. And it better be, because this bad boy will set you back $100 a month. Now look, before I get roasted in the comments, I know it's overpriced, but I'm doing this for science because I care about you guys. You're welcome. But in all honesty, this feels like an easy way to make sure that I'm hitting this goal and my body's getting everything that it needs. Because of my job, I don't always get the choice to eat at home or the type of meals that I have. And if we're being really honest, I've definitely been wanting to try Athletic Greens for a while. I just haven't been able to justify the price of it until I saw this research. Alright, we got our greens now. Let's do taste test. It has kind of a weird sweetness. Very chalky. You really need to shake it up. This is their provided shaker, and I don't know if it's doing the best job. It's not bad, but it's not good. Actually, it's kind of good. Surprising.
Eat regularly throughout the day. So the human body ideally wants to be eating every 3 to 4 hours. At the 4-hour mark, that's when everybody out there, their blood sugar starts to drop. When that happens, we feel ourselves get really tired, maybe anxious, not able to focus, just kind of checked out.
So step number 2 is to make sure that you're eating regularly. Now, I already do this most of the time, so no real changes for me, but for those of you who don't, just know it's important. So it's been about a week now of taking Athletic Greens. It was pretty cool, right? And well, it turns out that it's not some magical health potion that has me feeling invincible and running marathons. I have noticed an increase to my mood and my energy, and as well as a stabilization to my baseline. So let's say the lowest I could feel before was like here, now it's like here. So I'm feeling better pretty consistently. Oh, and apparently you're supposed to do water first and then the powder, which is why mine was super chalky because I did it the other way. And apparently the effects that you feel from it compound with every single day that you take it. So in theory, I should feel even better at the end of the 30 days. But that could also be a sales tactic, so I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see. While interviewing Crystal, it became apparent that it's not just about the literal food that we eat. It's also about our relationship with food and what we tell ourselves about it.
We have to be careful about feeling shame. That shame may make us physically feel not so great, but that's different than our body reacting to the fast food, if that makes sense. Somebody can have pizza for dinner, not give it a second thought, and feel totally fine. Somebody can have pizza for dinner and think, this is horrible, what am I doing? This is really bad for me. And now they're really stressed out. So that's not going to feel good in their GI tract. And it's also going to lead to inflammation, which is then going to affect their overall health way more than the pizza itself.
So step number 3 is going to be to avoid shame. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, this one's going to be definitely harder for me than all the other ones. I feel like I have a bad habit of being really hard on myself when I make a bad decision and get fast food instead of cooking at home. Apparently, it's only been making things worse, so gotta try to cut that out. Alright, so I just finished the last bit of my athletic greens, and I have to say that honestly, I'm impressed. The stabilization that I felt to my mood and energy early on has persisted. And I do have to say that behaviorally, it's also been easier to feel good about my diet, knowing that no matter what I eat that day, my nutritional value has already been met. All in all, I would say that I do feel happier, mentally sharper, more energized, and just better in my body. Alright, what have we learned? Based off all of the behavioral and physical research, the goal should be to try to eat a diet that is high in nutritional value, but also it's important to, and I cannot stress this enough, make sure that you're eating food that just makes you feel good because you want it. Food like delicious $3 slices of pizza. Please remember to be kind to yourself, take care of your body and your brain,